by the count of 3. But whatever the outcome, you can't defeat me. The ropes won't save you when I start my attack. If you try to escape, I'll just pull you back. I'll spin you like a top, and when you've had enough, I'll turn up the heat and really start to get rough. Cause I'm a big-time wrestler and I like what I do. I destroy my opponent just to entertain you. I win or I lose by the count of 3. But whatever the outcome, you can't defeat me. 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 Welcome everybody to Wrestle Birmingham. I'm your host Larry Lloyd, along with my partner Mad Jack, with the Southern Order of Buck Slayers Wilderness Guide Service, and we're here tonight to guide you through some NWA Championship Wrestling action. So don't go away. You asked for it, you got it. We have official Wrestle Birmingham t-shirts just like this one for $10, and we have Wrestle Birmingham hats just like mine for $15. If you'd like to have either or both, you can purchase them at the shows, or you can contact us at 205-970-0333, or go to our website at www.wrestlebirmingham.com. You know, we're really proud to be SOB Wilderness Guides, and we keep our skills honed to perfection. My buddy Jack here is going to get us a raging fire built using only these 2 sticks. And while he's doing that, let's watch the exciting upcoming match between Ranger Ross and Alan Martin. Don't go away.
Ladies and gentlemen, making his way into the ring at 280 pounds from Music City, USA, Alan Martin. Alan Martin. And his making his way into the ring at 235 pounds from Fort Bragg, North Carolina, he is Ranger Ross. Ranger Ross. One fall.
We're ready to get underway this next match here on NWA Wrestle Birmingham. Michael St. John, I've been joined at ringside. I always want to call you the Dirty White Boy, and forgive me for saying that, but the Dirty White Boy's with us.
Well, you know, some people get a little confused there. I don't know. I'm not
Jimmy
confused
Powell.
myself, but, you know, I'm just here to try to help and to motivate. And I don't, you know, Dirty White Boy, Jimmy Powell, it's not that big a deal right now, because what I want to focus on is this Ranger Ross.
Well, Ranger Ross is in the match right now up against the RPM Alan Martin, and we know the legend of Alan Martin. In fact, you know Alan Martin quite well. I know from some of your ring expertise recently.
Yeah, I know Alan Martin. You know, I have to admit that he's a pretty motivated young man. I mean, anybody that would wear an outfit like that has got to have a lot of guts. I mean, look at the colors of that thing. So he's kind of a guy that you could probably count on. He's got to be a tough guy, because, you know, if you dress like that out in public, you got to be tough.
Looks like Quasimodo went crazy at a Sherwin-Williams plant.
Well, that's a point well taken, I'll tell you. This Ranger Ross, so I want to tell you something about him. I've known Ranger Ross for over 20 years.
This guy's a good wrestler.
Ranger Ross is a superstar in WCW. He's defeated all the big guys in WCW. I'll tell you what, when he wrestled the Iron Sheik, there was some classic matches in WCW with Ranger Ross and the Iron Sheik. And this Iron Sheik was one tough character. But, brother, I'm going to tell you something. Ranger Ross is a man.
Ranger Ross and the RPM, Rock and Roll RPM, Alan Martin, and Ranger Ross. Cross takedown. Martin goes down. Ross can move. Arm drag, and down goes Martin in the center of the ring. That's where you want your opponent. The thing about Ranger Ross, though, he has a new dedication to the world of professional wrestling, and I've noticed in the matches that I've most recently seen him in, You mentioned the fact of knowing him from WCW days. The fact of the matter is I know for a fact he's been in Europe, he's been to Australia, and every time he comes back with a little more edge to be the man in the NWA.
Well, that's why I'm out here. I wanted to take a look at Ranger Ross. You know, I don't know. I signed an appearance contract, not a performance contract. They're trying to weasel me into this thing of having to wrestle with this Mike Jackson and Tony Ledoux. And if I'm going to have to wrestle, this guy Ranger Ross is going to be one of the guys I may have to compete against, because I'll tell you, that when the Dirty White Boy gets in the ring, I'm going to be finding the best.
Well, you've got an opportunity, I know, to team with Alan Martin, the RPM, and the Rock and Roll RPM. I'm sure you're watching him and his performance in this match against Ranger Ross. But right now, the Ranger has things going his way. Arm drag takedown.
Yeah. Hey, well, I've had some great partners in the past. Tony Anthony, a great partner. The Nightmare over in Georgia, a great partner.
The Nightmare Kenny Wayne.
Well, no, actually, the Nightmare Ted Allen.
Oh, that's right, Ted.
Well, I just told you he was the masked man. I just told his name, didn't I? Yeah. Well, that's okay.
My knowledge here.
That's all right. Ken Wayne, I actually have teamed with Ken and beat Ken up quite a few times, him and Danny Bowe.
Oh, yeah. Danny Davis, of course, the other Nightmare of Nightmare fame, if you would. And as the Dirty White Boy, I know you and Tony Anthony ran roughshod, not only all over the Southeast in Smoky Mountain. You were in WCW, you wrestled for USWA. It's... those are times past, though, Jimmy. This is a new time, and this is a time where a Ranger Ross and an Alan Martin are getting their opportunity right here at Wrestle Birmingham to step up the ladder, to take that first, second, third rung right here at Wrestle Birmingham and climb the NWA ladder.
That's exactly right. And the reason I take Ranger Ross so serious is because he's been a very serious man for years. Do you know that this man was one of the few Rangers that they dropped into Grenada that actually freed the hostages in Grenada? This man was there. They flew him in, and they dropped him in a parachute. He is a true Ranger and an American hero. But I'll tell you what, if I get my opportunity, I'm going to make him an American zero.
Now, wait a minute. You are the motivational king. Why would you want to make a man that is, quote, an American hero any less than what he has become in his life?
Well, I just want to help him out. I told you I'm here to repackage people. This American hero thing is really not as hot as it once was, A
repackaging sounds more like unpackaging to me. Somebody under a Christmas tree a little bit early, perhaps.
Well, I'll tell you what, there's a guy coming in to Wrestle Birmingham next month, and I know a whole lot about also, Omar Al-Baba, and he's a tough individual. I hear that he's going to be wrestling with Ranger Ross in sometime in October here.
That will be October 8th at the Boutwell Coliseum, Legends Night of the NWA Wrestle Birmingham, and what a card. You have just announced a match that, and I was going to bring up the fact that I understand that Anwar Al-Baba has some connection with the motivational side of the one Jimmy Powell.
Well, my idea is to get my DVD, A Generation of Motivation, everywhere I can. And this young man has connections across the country and across the waters. He's a full-blooded Syrian. He's from Syria, just got his papers to actually begin wrestling in the United States. So he's a tough individual. And this Ranger Ross, I don't know. I have to admit, I like the idea that he was a great hero, that he did a lot for our country. But we're not talking about the country. We're talking about the squared circle, Wrestle Birmingham right here. And, let's be real. If he don't get a little more motivated in this, he's not even going to leave this match victorious.
The Rock and Roll RPM. Allen trying to grab, and Ross has blocked him too.
Or if Ross gets this guy over, he can say something for
Snap suplex. He did get him over, but may have taken the worst for wear. By the way, Jimmy, I want to thank you for giving me a copy of your motivational DVD, Motivation Through the Ages.
Yeah, motivation, a generation of motivation. Get it right, Michael St. John.
I got it, but let me just say it was blank. I couldn't get it to play in my DVD.
What do you mean it was blank?
I couldn't get it to play in my DVD player.
Did I charge you for it?
No.
Okay, you get what you pay for.
Let's get back to the match.
What a match it is.
And Ranger Ross right now.
I would really like to see Alan Martin open up a little more. And if he's going to be my partner in a couple of weeks, I'd like to see him open up and do a little more damage to this Ranger Ross. So, I think I've said about as many nice things about Ross as I need to say. Martin needs to really open up.
Well, now that you're not saying anything nice about Ranger Ross indeed is the one that is opening up.
What a motivator
the
I am.
Rock and Roll RPM, Alan Martin into the ropes. Martin caught. Look at that. Whoa! That was a jiu-jitsu, one of those. Yeah, one of them. Wow. Boy, Ranger Ross has.
All right, Martin. Come on, Martin. Let's go.
Allen sit into the buckle, and that time he got him coming in. Ranger Ross telegraphed that move. Alan Martin goes for the pins, got his foot on the ropes. Count of two, and the referee, referee Mike Posey, noticing that that is the...
That should have been a 3 count there, Mike, don't you think?
But his foot was on the rope. I don't think that could have been even a 1 count, but the referee did see it after 2. Nice kick under the chin.
Combat kick.
That's a combat kick indeed, too.
That's what you got to look out for.
Ranger Ross takes the win here on Wrestle Birmingham. Ranger, it is an honor and a pleasure to have you, and it's a great win here today on Wrestle Birmingham, but you're going to have your work cut out for you coming into the NWA here, in that your next opponent, Anwar Ali Baba, on October 8th at the Boutwell Auditorium.
Is it a coincidence that Ranger Ross, who fought for this country, not once, not twice, but 3 times, come to Birmingham, Alabama? I don't know if you folks know this, but this is my home. Now, as I was saying, is it a coincidence that Ali Baba is coming here on the 8th of October?
A true full-blooded Syrian, and of course we're in a war over in that part of the world now. Perhaps you're going to have to defend your country, not on the battlefield this time, but on the squared circle, or in the squared circle at the Boutwell Auditorium.
Let me explain to you people something. This Ranger is not a gimmick. I was actually an Army Ranger for 8 years. And I want you to know that the freedom that you so richly enjoy right now, freedom isn't free. Thank you, sir. Our soldiers paid for it. Give it up for our soldiers.
There you go.
Thank you. Now, you're going to bring someone from the Middle East. This guy is a known terrorist. Not because someone is from the Middle East, they're a bad person. I'm not saying that. But this guy is a known terrorist.
Well, I know he's a terrorist in the ring. He comes with very good credentials from over there.
Well, what he had over there, he's going to have to bring in here. Let me tell you something. Terrorism is an act of desperation. It's an act of a coward. I believe in taking a man in the middle of the ring. I don't need any bombs. I don't need any suicide bombers.
How's it coming there, Jack?
We'll be right back.
Hello, Alabama. This is Enforcer Bill Franklin at Wrestle Birmingham. I'm the marketing consultant here at Wrestle Birmingham. If you want to bring your product or business to the forefront of advertising, call me right here at Wrestle Birmingham at area code 205-970-0333. And remember, they won't know if you don't tell them.
Did you hear something, Jack?
No, I didn't hear that.
Well, you're probably right. It's probably nothing. Anyway, we're about to watch a match between Mike Jackson and Johnny Slaughter. Here we go.
Your first match tonight is a one-fall match. Introducing in the ring to my right, weighing in at 220 pounds, from Riverside, California, Johnny Slaughter. His opponent is a Birmingham legend. He is from the Birmingham area. Please welcome to the ring, Birmingham's own Action Mike Jackson.
Strains of Sweet Home Alabama playing in the background as Action Mike Jackson, a Birmingham legend, is introduced by Michael Christopher in the ring. Makes his way to ringside in the red, white, and blue, and we're ready for action. Wrestle Birmingham, and before we can even get things underway in this match, Johnny Slaughter decides to do a little panning on the floor. Johnny Slaughter comes into Wrestle Birmingham, 225 pounds, out of Riverside, California, and he has some good credentials, so should be a Good match on this one. A ring veteran in Mike Jackson against a youngster in Johnny Slaughter, and we're ready for action. And already Slaughter telling Mike Jackson he doesn't deserve to be in the ring. He's too old to be in the ring. And right away, Slaughter goes downstairs on Mike Jackson. And look at Slaughter taking the point to Mike Jackson and taking the role of the aggressor in this match. Well, if you're going to go up against a wily ring veteran, this is the way you do it. Jackson in the corner, and Slaughter not giving any quarter, going right after him. This match, one fall, Wrestle Birmingham. And oh, look at that. Beautiful move by Mike Jackson. There's an arm drag takedown. As Jackson goes low, takes him down. Slaughter on the ropes, in, out, and over. Mike Jackson follows, stays on his feet, but Johnny Slaughter took the brunt of that blow out of the ring, and Mike Jackson high-fiving the crowd. A crowd favorite throughout Alabama. Now Slaughter comes back up, but Mike Jackson caught him with the backside of that elbow. Slaughter catches Jackson with an elbow drop to the canvas as he comes in, and now goes after the back of the neck on the veteran Mike Jackson. Slaughter sends him. Missed with the right hand. Jackson, look at this. A rolling, swinging, flying head scissors, and rolled Johnny Slaughter to the floor. Well, I'll tell you, Mike Jackson, when we say veteran, we're not referring to age. We're referring to the action in the ring. And Mike Jackson has so much expertise against some of the biggest names in the business. And there you're seeing exactly what expertise and veteran ring maneuvers will do, as Mike Jackson takes it right to the young man. Great card of action here at Wrestle Birmingham, and much more action to come in the weeks to come. Be sure to mark your calendar and be sure to set your television, your TiVo, your recorder, whatever it takes for Wrestle Birmingham each and every week on NBC 3340. Michael St. John joining you at ringside. The action in the ring, fast and furious between two really stars that are making their name in two directions. Mike Jackson going right back after Johnny Slaughter. Slaughter caught in the arm bar, and Jackson putting it, the pressure that is, to the upper part of the shoulder, working over the tendons and the muscles that connect the arm to the shoulder blade and the collarbone. Puts the elbow on the pressure point, and as you can tell, the man goes down in a fury. Reverses it, but Jackson using that arm drag, short arm drag, takedown again. Same thing. Jackson repeating a maneuver. You know, it's in the wrestling business, it's like in any other sporting event. If something is working, you stay with it unless it doesn't work. And that's exactly what you see Mike Jackson utilizing as his game plan against the young Johnny Slaughter here, the young man from Riverside, California. Jackson barring that arm, putting the pressure on the wrist now. So it's an arm bar with a combination wrist lock, and the pressure is on the inside of that wrist. If you've ever had somebody bend your wrist backwards, that's what Mike Jackson is doing at the same time, making that arm as turnt as it could possibly be. And the young man from Riverside breaks the hole in the only way I guess he knew how, and that was to cut a forearm to the face of Mike Jackson. Slaughter in his sights, goes after him with the elbow. Mike Jackson moves out of the way and takes over. Second strand of ropes. Mike going upstairs, tightrope walking. He does it all the way around the ring. He is noted for this. Mike Jackson continuing his journey over the top rope. Up and over. Slaughter finds himself caught in the same scenario that he's been most of this match, and that is with his belly to the canvas. Jackson with the barred arm, with the twist. Now Slaughter breaks a nice move that time as he put a knee in the midsection. Mike Jackson left himself open, and Slaughter takes over the body slam. Down goes Mike Jackson, drops the knee across the chest. Swings him into the ropes. Mike Jackson caught the boot as he was coming in. And Mike with a leg drag takedown. You don't see that very often anymore. Arm drag, and again, Slaughter down on the mat. Referee for this match, Big Mike Posey, checking to see if Slaughter wants to give it up. Not a submission move or hold at this time, but this is a hold that will wear a man down as Mike continues to punish the left arm, working to that left side as he's found a weakness on Johnny Slaughter. Takes the headlock. Jackson caught, and that time Slaughter atomic dropped him, and Jackson goes to the floor. And Slaughter's got him down. He distracted the referee and goes down to the floor to join Mike Jackson to do further damage. Referee Mike Posey now going to head down to see if he, and Jackson's going to be dropped across the iron railing. So Mike is down. Slaughter hovering over. Picks him up, headbutts him. Mike Jackson down to the floor again. And Slaughter doing the most damage he has done in the match to Mike Jackson after Mike had already been trapped on the floor after that atomic drop. Slaughter going to try to prevent Mike from coming in. Then a little slide, a little subway slide as they're sometimes referred to. Put that one boot into the chest and push Mike Jackson away. And Mike's arm. Mike has had quite a bit of problems with that arm and shoulder, having it dislocated before many, many times. And Mike Jackson right now the worst for wear. And again, this time, as Slaughter came out of the ring, Jackson moved out of the way, and Mike takes over. Whoa, uppercut. Slaughter caught. Back into the ring he goes. And Mike's got him where he wants him in the squared circle. Oh, super kick. Side saddle super kick. And down goes Mike Jackson. Here's the cover by Slaughter, too. Oh, only a 2 count. I thought Johnny Slaughter had a win here. He's questioning the timing of the count, but the referee indicates to the table here, only a 2 count. Mike Jackson standing super against Slaughter. Jackson down. Slaughter says he's going to do it one more time. Moves him over. Going to bring Mike Jackson up again. Here's Slaughter. Encore performance, this time body slam. Slaughter makes his way to the ring apron. He's going to go upstairs. Off the top rope. Slaughter being warned by the referee. Shrugs it off. Drops the elbow. And Jackson is down. This should do it. And no! Jackson recovers again and broke the count. Slaughter now grabbing the left leg. Kicking at the backside of the calf muscle. Mike Jackson wraps him up. Jackknife. Sunset flip. Slaughter catches him. Gonna go for the figure 4. Gonna turn it. And he has got a submission move. Mike Jackson is caught with nowhere to go in the center of the ring. He's going to try to make his way to the apron. That's his only hope. Slaughter trying to hold on. Does not have it cinched in good. Now he cinches it in as he sits down on it. He took the figure 4, reversed it over, turned it over. And he is working Mike Jackson's lower back, the sacrum area. And Mike Jackson is trying his best to seek the asylum of the ring ropes, and he got it. This will break the hole. Slaughter reluctantly releases Mike Jackson from that reverse figure 4, and he looks like he wants to go right in after it. Catching Jackson on the knee. Now that's also a stress point for that last. Mike Jackson, there's the sunset flip. 1, 2, and that's all he got. He only got a 2 count. Jackson rolls in. Neck breaker, spinning neck breaker. Cover. 1, 2, 3, bingo. Action Mike Jackson gets the win here on Wrestle Birmingham. We'll be back with more for a Wrestle Birmingham from the Zamora Shrine Temple.
Jack, you know we better check our position. Let me have the compass.
I don't have it.
Well, okay, so let me have the map.
I don't have that either.
Okay, we might need our guns. Let me have my gun.
I didn't bring them.
Knife?
Not unless you got it off the dash of the truck.
We'll be right back.
Berry Productions, your source for technical management, staging, and sound and light systems. We'll deliver, set up, and make the magic happen, whether we're using our equipment or yours. We have a top-notch arsenal of sound and light systems that will make your next event sizzle and shine. And our highly professional staging services will have you up and running in no time and looking better than ever. With prices designed for your bottom line, you can't beat Berry Productions. 205-987-3211.
Well, that's the show for tonight, gang. But don't forget, we'll be back next week right here on 3340 at 12:35 now, so make your plans to be with us. Until then, this is Larry Lloyd and my partner, Mad Jack, with the Southern Order of Buck Slayers for Wrestle Birmingham.
Hey, guys, you want to get out of my backyard?
Gotta go. Destroy my opponent just to entertain you. I win or I lose by the count of 3. But whatever the outcome, you can't defeat me. The ropes won't save you when I start my attack. If you try to escape, I'll just pull you back. I'll spin you like a top, and when you've had enough, I'll turn up the heat and really start to get rough. Cause I'm a big-time wrestler and I like what I do. I destroy my opponent just to entertain you. I win or I lose by the count of 3. But whatever the outcome, you can't defeat me. I'll throw you in kitty